Throughout his journey in professional boxing, Tyson faced daring fighters who vowed to destroy him once they stepped into the honorable boxing ring. One of them even threatened to kill him and tried to fulfill that promise outside the ring. In today's video, we'll relive some of the moments where Mike let his fists have the final word, punishing and torturing those cowardly rats who once dared to blaspheme his name. The level of violence you are about to witness is unparalleled. Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock. Our journey of pain and agony begins on March 18, 1991. In the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Tyson embraced his destiny by facing the arrogant Donovan Ruddock for the first time. It was a heavyweight elimination bout scheduled for 12 rounds of elite boxing. Mike entered the fight as the #1 heavyweight contender for the World Boxing Council, the World Boxing Association, and the International Boxing Federation. Ruddock was ranked number 2. So, fight summary. Tyson dominated his challenger from the opening bell.
Well, he's ready for it. He threw his bomb. All right. The button. Another solid right. It's done something. It stopped Iron Mike. Take the care. A hard shot. Punch by Tyson.
His offense reached infamous levels by the second round, causing Ruddock's first technical knockdown. Bravely, Ruddock returned to the battle only to repeat his tragic scene in the third round.
He's trying to land fast counter punches, but they don't land. He's gritting his face. Good shots. He just doesn't quite get there. There's a left by Tyson.
It was clear that containing Iron Mike's fury was costing Ruddock more than he had imagined. After 6 grueling rounds where Ruddock was at Mike's mercy, the fight reached its conclusion in the 7th round. Tyson stopped Ruddock with a barrage of punches that left him staggering, prompting referee Richard Steele to take pity on the grotesque scene and decide that the Canadian could not endure another second of torture.
That body shot sounded like he hit a drum. Again, the crowd groaned. Relentless attack by Tyson. Warning. Oh. Was a good shot by Ruddock. Desire. Looks like he's taking his rest, and it's time. But he's half-standing this kind of barrage. Oh, right by Tyson. Just then, Tyson has Ruddock on the rope. It's Tyson. Oh, no. Now the right combination.
At 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the 7th round, Mike Tyson defeated Donovan Ruddock by technical knockout. Rematch: the fighters met again in the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino on June 28, 1991. This time, Ruddock aimed to stay on his feet until the end of 12 brutal rounds of elite boxing. However, he once again tasted the bitter flavor of defeat when Tyson was declared the winner by unanimous decision from the judges.
He's got to put some hard, stinging punches in there, or else overhand right by Tyson, but it was well covered. Solid right. A heavy right by Tyson. Stop. Ruddock in trouble. This way. Oh, down. Now that he's got a 2-10-8 round. Here's Ruddock with the left. Another left. Missed with the right. Good hard punch by Tyson. Tyson opening up. Ruddock should be smothering him. He's letting him punch on the inside. And then Ruddock answered with a low blow. It's over, Mike. They both hit each other.
Mike Tyson versus Andrew Golota. Entering the new millennium, on October 20th, 2000, Tyson stepped into the ring at the Palace in Auburn Hills, Michigan, to face the towering giant standing over 2 meters tall, Andrew Golota. Golota boasted that Tyson's best years were behind him and didn't hold back in declaring how easily he would defeat him. Once in the ring, he realized that in boxing, fists have the final say. Fight summary. Tyson started the bout with great aggression, showing that height differences were still no obstacle for him. Golota tried to rise to the challenge but couldn't avoid falling behind on all the judges' scorecards by the end of the first round. The fighters met at the center of the ring for the next round, and once again, Mike unleashed the beast. However, the most controversial moment of this fight wouldn't occur during a round. During the break before the third round, Andrew Golota got off his stool and began walking to his corner, refusing to fight another round. "I quit," he kept repeating to his corner assistant, leaving referee Frank Garza with no choice but to end the fight. Tyson secured an easy victory via technical knockout at the end of the second round, while Golota became the target of the crowd's anger, who hurled trash and drinks at him as he made his way back to the locker room. The trauma of facing Iron Mike would keep Andrew Golota away from professional boxing rings for the next 3 years. Mike Tyson versus Mitch Green. Mitch Green was known in his time as the leader of a gang who wasn't afraid to publicly threaten anyone who dared to stand up to him, inside or outside the ring. Despite Tyson's undefeated record of 20 wins, 19 of them by brutal knockout, Green thought it was a good intimidation tactic to apply the same formula against him. By May 20th, 1986, when the fighters faced off in the ring at Madison Square Garden in New York, he would realize the grave mistake he had made. Fight summary: Tyson pressured Green throughout the fight. Mike didn't aim to end it quickly. Instead, he took his time punishing Green over 10 grueling rounds of elite boxing, leaving Green no option but to beg for the fight to end.
That jam in his face and not be intimidated by his punching power.
Mike Tyson, so we'll see what he does about that against Mitch.
He's aggressive right in front of his man. Now we see some hand movement, maneuverability.
And he did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding. Green's in trouble.
He works his way in.
Now here we see White, the mouthpiece come out, lip punches.
Tyson demonstrated his endurance as a fighter, consistently attacking the body and head of the man who had promised to kill him, ultimately winning by unanimous decision after the 10th round.
I mean, Tyson, they're good uppercut. He has to take a stand eventually.
There was his right.
What's going to happen?
The winner for his 21st straight win and his
The rematch on August 23, 1988, the boxing world was stunned when a rematch of the original bout between Mike Tyson and Mitch Green took place on the streets. That morning, Tyson stopped by Dapper Dan's, a clothing store popular among a clientele ranging from rap stars to pimps, to pick up a custom-made jacket. Green, who considered the area his territory, thought it was a good idea to confront him. Green not only made the mistake of initiating the argument, but also of throwing the first punch, which Tyson answered with a devastating right hand that landed squarely on Green's nose. The self-proclaimed street boss had no choice but to retreat home with 5 stitches, humiliated in his own territory. However, Tyson also paid a price for engaging with a gangster like Green on his turf. Without proper protection and having hit Green with such force, Tyson fractured his hand, causing a delay in his scheduled fight against Frank Bruno. Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick. Can you imagine winning the championship belt only for your first challenger to be Mike Tyson in his prime? This nightmare became a reality for Trevor Berbick on November 22, 1986, when he had to defend his World Boxing Council title against the young knockout machine Iron Mike. Meanwhile, Tyson was ready to make history in the ring at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas. Mike proved he had what it took to face a champion in the first round. Taking a measured approach to his great challenge, Tyson's offense escalated to a point of no return.
He doesn't pump that jab in the face. Tyson will come right through him, directly in front of him. That is, a little fight plan. The right hand gets him. It's the lazy left. Watch Tyson load up with left hand round 1. Tyson, that Mike, as soon as, right hand, but the left hook clips him with the left hand. Look at this, combination, and Berbick ready to go. Again, he's gone. Catches him with a left hook. Trevor's ready to go.
In the second round, the damage began when Tyson brutally knocked Berbick to the canvas with a series of devastating punches, ending with a lethal left hook. The newly crowned champion fell flat on his back, but quickly got up,
Right away, and you get Trevor in trouble.
signaling to referee Mills Lane that he could continue. However, Berbick was not fine. He could only hope that clinching Tyson would be enough to contain his fury. His desperation became evident when he struck Tyson during a break, earning a stern warning from Lane.
And the heavyweight champ already reeling is Trevor Berbick. Mike Tyson gets fined $5,000.
Ironically, his end came near the close of the round when a powerful left hook landed squarely on his temple, sending him crashing to the canvas.
He is the challenger here tonight, believe it or not. Instead, he goes to the body downstairs, catches him with the right hand, up, bangs the body. Wow, that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down.
Berbick tried with all his might to get back up, but his strength was spent. By the time Lane counted to 9, all that remained was a stubborn and defeated version of Berbick, clinging to a title that was no longer his. At 2 minutes and 35 seconds, Tyson was declared the winner by technical knockout, making history as the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. Mike Tyson versus Tyrell Biggs. And someone who never expected to live to see Tyson make history of this kind was Tyrell Biggs, a man who was never afraid to mock him, even before either had stepped into a professional boxing ring. Biggs' gold medal, won at the 1984 Olympics, had been a point of contention between the two fighters for years. Tyson had been rejected by the committee selecting athletes to represent the United States due to his height. Biggs, chosen in his place, publicly mocked Tyson, gloating that Mike's dream of representing his country had been permanently crushed. On the night of October 16, 1987, in the ring at Atlantic City's Convention Hall, the fighters were finally free to settle their resentment with the force of their fists. How did it turn out? Better watch for yourself. Show uninterrupted highlights of the fight. After a prolonged and relentless beating, Tyson finally broke the proud Olympic medalist, claiming victory by technical knockout at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the 7th round. Chapter closing remarks. If you've made it this far, thank you. Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like in the comments. What other Mike Tyson fights would you like to relive in part 2 of this video? Let me know in the comments below. Iron Mike, throughout his professional boxing career, proved to be a true knockout machine, but there was no deadlier moment than when he was freshly primed. In today's video, we'll relive some of Mike's matches where he left his opponents in agony and their trainers begging for mercy. You won't believe the last one. Stay until the end to test how strong your stomach is while witnessing tragic scenes of regulated torture within the rules of the ring, where the strongest prevails. Cryos. Tons, the cunt Mike Tyson versus Pinklon Thomas. We begin this journey of pain and despair for Tyson's opponents with a stop on May 30th, 1987. By that time, Mike had already made history as the youngest heavyweight champion ever. He was defending the WBC heavyweight title for the 2nd time, and for the first time, the WBA heavyweight title. For this new challenge in his career, the contender was none other than Pinklon Thomas. In the ring at the Las Vegas Hilton Outdoor Arena, Thomas felt he had a good chance of dethroning the newly crowned monarch, but reality couldn't have been further from his perspective. With Carlos Padilla as the 3rd man in the ring for a scheduled 12-round match, the bout began. Pros. Tal fight summary. From the very first round, Tyson displayed his ferocious nature. His ruthless offense nearly disabled Thomas early on, though it wasn't enough to secure victory.
You may see that Mike Tyson still works. He still throws punches.
He's not to unload that jab.
Give him angles. Don't stand
By that as he comes in, he feigns left, he feigns right. There's a big left hand by Tyson, but Thomas is all right.
Well, I stated earlier, the key to this punch for Pinklon Thomas is the jab. He has not thrown the left jab to keep going.
His legs are not rock solid at this moment either. Cut under the left eye of Thomas. There's another left hand.
Thomas's jab tactics, along with clinching as a last resort to buy time in the ring, forced Tyson to scrape for a way to position himself for the decisive blow to end his opponent's agony.
And that's what he's trying to keep Rooney told him.
Started to say swelling on both cheeks. There's a good jab again.
For the champion, the solution came abruptly in the 6th round. A relentless right hook to the body hurt Thomas, followed by a devastating right uppercut to the chin. This was one of the young knockout machine's favorite punching sequences, and one of the most damaging to his adversaries. However, what ended the Pink Man was a diabolical left hook straight to the head, leaving him in serious trouble. When the left hook landed, Thomas stumbled backward with a bloodthirsty Tyson still in pursuit. Tyson unleashed his relentless fists once again, hammering his already broken challenger with lefts and rights until he collapsed onto his back.
Trouble again, and now Tyson moves in for the kill. 2 uppercuts and a left hand, and a right hand behind it. Thomas trying to hold on. Serious trouble, and down he goes.
Thomas's eyes were glassy and blood streamed down his face. Padilla leaned over him and began the safety count. By the count of 9, Thomas's trainer, Angelo Dundee, had climbed into the ring, signaling frantically for the fight to end. At 2 minutes into the 6th round, Mike Tyson was officially declared the winner over Pinklon Thomas via a devastating technical knockout. Mike Tyson versus Larry Holmes, continuing Iron Mike's path of terror. Our next stop takes us to January 22nd, 1988. By this time, Tyson had already defended his titles once more, adding another jewel to his crown, while challengers continued lining up for a chance to dethrone him. For the second defense of his IBF heavyweight title, the 4th of his WBA heavyweight title, and the 5th of his WBC heavyweight title, the challenge took shape in the legendary Larry Holmes, a warrior both in body and spirit. At just 21 years old, Tyson was 17 years younger than the 38-year-old Holmes. This fight was expected to be the ultimate test of whether youth's vitality outweighed experience in the ring. However, the odds didn't seem to favor Holmes, who had been out of the ring for 21 months. Choosing Tyson as his return opponent was arguably one of the biggest mistakes of his professional career. With Joe Cortez as the third man in the ring, the 12-round match was set to begin. From the first second of the fight, Tyson, already recognized as the undisputed champion, reaffirmed his dominance by taking an aggressive stance.
Larry trying to box him. Can that left jab keep him away? So far, Tyson is coming through it. Tyson showing no respect so far, boring in the way he always does. Larry not an honest fighter, and this is the first round.
During the first 3 rounds, the young knockout machine dismantled Holmes to the point of stripping away his fighting spirit.
Referee. One of the big questions, if in fact Larry can nail Tyson.
However, it wasn't until the 4th round that Tyson's fearsome fists delivered the coup de grace. A powerful right hand put Holmes in serious trouble. The hellish punch landed squarely on his chin, sending him crashing into Tyson's corner.
Holmes cannot continue that round after round. Oh, a big right!
Cortez started the count and Holmes was on his feet by 4, clutching the ropes as the mandatory 8 count was completed. Shaking his head a couple of times to clear his senses, Holmes stepped away from the ropes, only to face Tyson charging at him once again. Euphoric, Tyson unleashed lefts and rights, relentlessly searching for an opening to seal Holmes' fate. Suddenly, another devastating right hand sent Holmes bouncing off the ropes and collapsing onto the canvas. Stubbornly, he was back on his feet by Cortez's count of 5. As the fight resumed, Tyson seemed determined to finish things. He threw punch after punch, some landing so cleanly that Holmes' head snapped back dramatically. At this point, Holmes' corner could be heard pleading for mercy, shouting for the fight to stop. Yet Cortez allowed the nightmare to continue as Holmes tried to evade Tyson's relentless assault while the champion pursued him. Another powerful right hand sent Holmes crashing to the canvas, and as his lifeless body hit the ground, Cortez waved the fight off.
Come inside, there's the left, there's the right. Larry's ready to go again. He's hit with the left hand. He should be hanging on. Now with the right hand, the left hand. He's going to hang on, or they'll stop the fight. Down he goes. He is knocked out. Larry's hurt. It's all.
At 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the 4th round, Mike Tyson was officially declared the winner over Larry Holmes via a dramatic technical knockout. Tyson retained his titles, but in the opposing corner, the recovery from this brutal episode was anything but easy. Holmes did not fight for over 3 years following this loss, eventually returning to professional boxing in 1991 and retiring for good in 2002. Saaters Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno. More than a year later, it was Frank Bruno's turn to endure torment in the ring. On February 25, 1989, Bruno challenged Mike in a do-or-die bout for his titles. This time, Tyson wasn't just defending the WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight titles, but also the prestigious Ring Magazine heavyweight title. In the ring at the Las Vegas Hilton Center, a 12-round display of skilled boxing was promised, but it took less than half that time to reach its tragic yet thrilling conclusion. With Richard Steele as the third man in the ring, the course of history continued to unfold. From the first round, Tyson was hailed by the sports press in the following days as a true professional fighter. His energy was compared to that of James Jeffries, who set the record for the fastest knockout in history against Jack Finnegan in 1900. Bruno hit the canvas almost before the timekeeper could drop his hammer. After getting back to his feet, the fight turned into a real clash royale.
Bruno has has all the pride of England standing for him. He gets tagged again by a right hand. He's trying to hang on to Mike. All the questions about distractions have been answered as Tyson attacks. By catching him in the first round. He's nailed. The right hand catches Bruno. Left hook. Bruno looks ready to go.
The end came in the 5th round when Tyson landed a pair of short but devastating uppercuts. At that moment, Bruno's nose began to bleed. In retaliation, Bruno managed to land 2 punches to Tyson's ribs, but seconds later, the countdown to his defeat began.
Throughout a good portion of the fight against Al. Bruno was caught that time, and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. And Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go. Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes. Scores with the uppercut. Lands a big right hand. He hits him with a right hand. Bruno trusts he can. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him. He's really being hit now.
First came a powerful left hook to the jaw, sending Bruno against the ropes near Tyson's corner. There, the champion pounced on his challenger like a predator on its prey. Bruno, already defenseless, endured punches as forceful as a lumberjack striking down a tree. After 4 or 5 powerful blows to the head, referee Richard Steele stepped in.
As the big right hand lands, Tyson knows a fighter cannot be saved by the bells. He's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele has moved in and has stopped the fight.
By the time the fight was stopped, Bruno's trainer, Terry Lawless, was already stepping through the ropes to save his fighter. At 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the 5th round, Mike Tyson completely shattered Frank Bruno's aspirations and was declared the winner of the bout. Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick. Have you ever heard the legend of Trevor Berbick and how he was knocked out in just over 5 minutes after stepping into the ring against Iron Mike? This moment dates back to November 22, 1986, the night Mike Tyson made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion ever. But that's already a spoiler. In the ring at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas, Berbick faced the daunting task of defending his WBC heavyweight title for the first time. But with Tyson as his challenger, it was nothing short of a suicide mission. With Mills Lane as the 3rd man in the ring, the beginning of the end for Berbick's brief reign was set in motion. Fight summary. Mike came out in the 1st round hungry for victory. Despite setting the pace and cornering the champion, the real damage came in the 2nd round.
Bruno here, standing toe-to-toe is not the way. This is a poor fight plan. Oh, the right hand gets him. Notice the lazy left. Watch Tyson load up with left and right. You get the idea that Mike, as soon as, a right hand, but the left hook is Berbick, and Tyson clips him with the left hand. Look at this, combination, and Berbick ready to go.
Tyson, the young knockout machine, ruthlessly sent Berbick to the canvas with a devastating series of punches that ended with a powerful left hook, leaving the champion no choice but to fall helplessly onto his back.
Championship of the world, Trevor Berbick and Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away, and he's getting Trevor in trouble, and he's...
To everyone's surprise, Berbick got up and signaled to referee Mills Lane that he was fine to continue. Perhaps this was the best display of resilience in his career. But Berbick wasn't fine. His struggle became evident as he tried to tie Tyson up in clinches to stop the deadly offensive. His desperation showed when, during a break, the champion resorted to a dirty move, striking Tyson. Lane, of course, couldn't ignore the foul and issued a warning. Ironically, Berbick's end came near the end of the round. Tyson landed an incredibly violent left hook to the side of Berbick's head. After a delayed reaction, the champion fell to the canvas.
Trevor trying to do all he can, but what he's not doing is holding off Mike with the left. And you see the cage. Instead he goes to the body downstairs, catches him with the right hand, up and landed. See Mike just pouring, bone crusher Smith, straight jab time. Bangs the body, wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down!
Berbick, dazed and struggling, searched for his fallen crown while attempting to rise. The scene turned tragic as he stumbled toward the ropes near his corner and fell again. Still making desperate efforts to stand, his arms flailed uncontrollably. Berbick staggered back toward the center of the ring where he had originally fallen, only to collapse once more. They say there's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal, but Berbick proved he couldn't even handle himself. Once again, the former champion tried to get up, stumbling toward a neutral corner. By this point, the spectacle had shifted from sensational to pitiful. It was sheer agony. By the time Lane's count reached 9, Berbick had risen from the canvas. Lane took a quick look at him to see if he could continue, but instead of letting the fight go on, he embraced Berbick, holding him back, and declared the fight over. At 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the second round, Mike Tyson made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion ever. And what an unforgettable ending it was. Partizan closing remarks. If you've made it this far, thank you. The best way to support my content is by leaving a like on this video. Which of Tyson's legendary beatdowns was your favorite and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.